strongly recommend the book The Happiness Hypothesis by Jonathan Haidt. The author compares the findings of modern science with the wisdom of ancient philosophies and cultures. Haidt proposes the equation for happiness as H is equal to S plus C plus V. H is happiness, S is your biological set point, C is your circumstances, and V are the voluntary actions you can take. So it's a basic equation, but it makes you really sit down and think about it. What are the factors that go into happiness? And this idea of a biological set point is really important. So there's this idea of a hedonic treadmill. The hedonic treadmill, also known as hedonic adaptation, is the observed tendency of humans to quickly return to a relatively stable level of happiness despite major positive or negative events or life changes. Hedonic adaptation is a process or mechanism that reduces the effective impact of emotional events. Generally, hedonic adaptation involves a happiness set point, whereby humans generally maintain a constant level of happiness throughout their lives, despite events that occur in their environment. The process of hedonic adaptation is often conceptualized as a treadmill, since one must continually work to maintain a certain level of happiness. So actually, a lot of the things that we think will make us happy will only lead to a fleeting, temporary happiness, which we adapt to. Anything you are searching for that will be static and unchanging will eventually not bring you much happiness. We evolved this way because content creatures often become stagnant and don't grow. So it's really important to think about some of those factors, because your happiness is the set point. It's almost like your internal thermostat. It's like when you set an AC to 75 degrees, it's going to heat up or cool down to get you back to that point. And your body is really like that. So something is like if you are buying a house and there's a certain square footage and you feel like, oh, I need a really big house. But after 6 to 9 months, it's not going to mean much to you. It could also be like art and figurines and sometimes that stuff, which again, it's static, it's unchanging. You're going to hang it up and it's going to be there and you appreciate it sometimes, but it's also not going to bring you that much happiness. So if you want to know how to be happy, you should stop and consider how happy you've been. The average of your lifetime happiness is probably about your set point. But I would say, don't despair. If your happiness isn't where you've wanted it to be, don't give up yet. There's more to do. You may not have reached your true biological set point. Your set point is heavily influenced by your health. So I would recommend focusing on posture, breathing, sleep, nutrition, and exercise in that order. Some people focus on exercise as a priority. Attaching yourself to the highest level helps to prioritize the lower levels. When you exercise well, you want to eat and sleep well to support your training. Similarly, we can attach ourselves to meaning and purpose, which orders our actions on the lower level needs. It's kind of like a lasso. You connect yourself to the top rung and try to pull yourself up. Your circumstances influence happiness and your ability to maintain your health. Some environments are toxic or don't support growth. We must make a voluntary action to change to a different set of circumstances as best we can. We mostly need to invest our work and energy into voluntary actions so we can make ourselves as happy as we desire. We must choose to prioritize our health and balance our needs in life. Recognize and accept that happiness is not a destination to reach and rest at, but something to strive for and continually renew.